y'all ready for this?
It's been a long 2008 regular season here in North America in the Championship Gaming Series, and tonight it all came down to the North American final, Carolina Core versus the Dallas Venom. I'm djWHEAT, and joining me, of course, ReDeYe. Let's get right into it, Red.
Absolutely. Our first matchup of the night was Forza Motorsport 2, and this was a chance for generally Live and Phantom to get back into the game. They'd lost the previous two by 4-3. Muffin Man have won both games, and then this time round, I just had the feeling that they were going to pull this one off, and that Muffin Man got taken out early on by Phantom, and then later on in the race, picking his moment perfectly on the last lap, perfect takeout by Generally Live. They came home with a 5-2 win, and Swoozy caught up with them backstage.
I am here with the Forza team. Now, guys, to me personally, it looked like you were toying with them all the way through those laps until the last lap. What was going on? Is that true?
I wouldn't say we were toying with them. Basically, just being patient. And that's the one thing we've learned this season is that patience wins races. Because if you let them make mistakes first, then you always win.
So it's playoffs now. Did you think it would come to this then?
I really did not want it to come down to that one-point game, but unfortunately it did. Fortunately, I was on the one-point victory side this time, so it feels so much better to have confetti dropped on you in a good way. So
these guys came. Oh, sorry. Wait, what's up?
No. Like I can't thank Eric enough. Can't thank Eric enough all season. He stepped it up. He's a rookie, learned quickly, winning races. So I have to thank him just as much as anyone else.
These guys were solid all season. They came in here, did what they had to do. I think that's all we got from the Forza team. Back to you guys up top.
The second matchup of the night was FIFA 08, and with a 5-2 lead from the first game, and normally really wanted to pull off another win for the Carolina Core. That's exactly what he got, but in a strange kind of way, really. He scored some phenomenal goals this year, but I think he'll forgive me for calling this one a bit of a fluke. But he said at halftime, I'll take it. Any way it comes to me, I'll take it. And that's what he did. A 1-0 victory from an own goal lifted the jinx, the hoodoo that is Barmoa for him. 2 defeats in the regular season. Tonight, he whitewashed that away. They went in 6-2. And next up, we had Dead or Alive Male. And this one was one that both of us guys up here were looking forward to a lot.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you have #1 from last year, Carolina Core's Offbeat Ninja. He just defeated Master, who was going for, he was trying to go for an undefeated season, but it was Offbeat Ninja who stopped him. There was no doubt that I felt this was going to be the best matchup of the night. And, well, it sort of was for the Carolina Core. Master not really bringing it the way we expected him to. Offbeat Ninja shutting down Master 5-1 in what could come back to haunt him later on. Offbeat Ninja has certainly returned. He looked phenomenal, and that made the overall score 11-3. We caught up with Offbeat Ninja after his victory.
I've got the Master Killer here. Now, bro, this guy went undefeated the whole season. You took him down, gave him his first L. You came in here again, gave him another L. How do you prepare for an opponent as beastly as Master?
Manny, I've always had a lot of respect for him as a competitor. We always have really epic, really good matches. And, you know, like I had a rough start to the season and I just wasn't playing like myself. I just decided, you know, don't have any worries, just go by instinct, just play your game and you're going to win. And that's what I've been doing and it's been working great.
So we've got the super solid Offbeat Ninja from season 1. It looks like he's back. Is that official?
Offbeat Ninja is back.
So fourth matchup of the night was Dead or Alive Female, and really Phoenix by now, with the score the way it was, really had to pull something out sensational, and she was looking good, except it was actually the other way around. A Mystic went out to a 4-1 lead, and at that point, we were up here, we were sort of thinking, well, this is almost game over for Carolina, but that wasn't the end of the story for Phoenix.
No, it wasn't. Phoenix rallied 4 consecutive rounds to win 5-4, and at that point, a victory was great, but certainly down on the Dallas Venom sidelines, they were asking themselves, did we give up too many rounds to the Carolina Core? Well, that made the final score 15-8 going into our last game, which was Counter-Strike Source, and oh, what an epic matchup it was.
Absolutely. Counter-Strike Source, I was watching the first half as djWHEAT was calling the action on DOA Female, and really it looked like a pretty standard half, and I remember the Core saying to me, if we win the first round with a really new strat that we're going to try, we might get 6 or 7 on T-side. And I thought that was a bit optimistic, but nevertheless, they didn't win the first round, and it all went downhill from there. They rallied towards the end, though, of the half, and just put a couple on the board, which meant it was 6-3, 18-14 going into the second half. But still, that meant we needed Core needing 3,
right,
the magic number being 21, or Venom needing 7. And 7 on T-side of Dust 2 is a big ask.
That's right, Red. 7 rounds were needed. A huge task for the Dallas Venom. And amazingly enough, in the first 6 rounds, they actually got done what they needed to do.
They looked pretty, I mean, amazingly against all of the odds, against everyone up here, every expert opinion going, would never have them winning these 7 rounds or make it very hard to do so. But somehow they got themselves back into the game. They went ahead briefly at 19-18 as well. And then it came down to the last 3 rounds. And both sides basically had to win 2 of the last 3. 1 each for each round went again. We were tied at 20-20, and poetic justice was served for Mark Dolvin. He wins by a point. And I found that kind of ironic considering the position he was in last year. Confetti rained down on him. And despite the fact that the Venom team put up an incredible fight in Counter-Strike Source, I think you were right in what you said earlier. It comes down to 1 more point from one of the other players tonight.
Right.
He didn't really step up, particularly Master.
Right. The Counter-Strike match was just all sorts of epicness, really. I mean, Dallas lobbying and rallying for that comeback. It was unbelievable. The only sad part of the story, they couldn't get it done. But that's good news for the Core. They are your 2008 North American CGS champions. We caught up with Mark Dolvin after his victory. Here's what he had to say.
The man, Uncle Dolvin. Dolvin, bro, you guys always were getting edged out by 1 point. How does it feel to finally be on the other end?
It's absolutely surreal. I couldn't predict this feeling. I mean, it's been a long time since we've won something big. To do it the way we did tonight, honestly, I thought we were going to blow them out. All of a sudden, Phoenix fought back. All of a sudden, their CS team fought back. And then at the end of the night, 2 rounds, 3 rounds CS, bam, done.
So now, I looked over and I saw you just pacing back and forth and it looked like you're about to rip your hair out. What were you thinking in the second half when it came down to the clutch for CS?
Bad thoughts. Not going to lie. I'm human. I mean, last year, 13-5, won it for Chimera. 13-5 would have won it for Venom tonight, and it was really close to being that. But after we got that first round to get back on the board, because it was a shutout like 5-0 or something, then I knew things were coming back, and then Devour just started hitting crazy shots, and that was that.
These guys definitely came to play today. I'm here with the man. I'm going to let him go celebrate. I'm not going to hold him up any longer. Back to you guys up top.
That will conclude the 2008 North American regular season. Next stop, the World Finals, where we will see both of these teams in action once again. But it's Carolina who will have the satisfaction of knowing that they defeated the Dallas Venom by 1 point, 21-20. I'm djWHEAT. Joining me is ReDeYe, and you can find more coverage and recaps on thecgs.com.